Hi everyone, welcome to the Ravit Show. We are here at AWS reInvent and look who I have with me, co-founder of Tealium, Ali. Ali, welcome to the Ravit Show. It's your debut. Super excited
Ravit,
to
thanks
chat.
for having me. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Ali, I wanted to obviously start with, for people, those who are not familiar with Tealium, what do you guys do? Tell us a little bit about Tealium and what problems are you all solving for the enterprises out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So Tealium is a data orchestration platform.
Right?
A lot of customers know us as a CDP or customer data platform.
Yes.
And really, the idea behind CDP is you're collecting data from multiple sources, you're making sense out of everything, you're activating it, you're actually applying business logic to it, and then activating it based on business rules of the customer. And the idea is you're sending the right message to the right person at the right time. But the reality is, CDP is really only a subset of what a data orchestration does.
Right.
CDP, when you're dealing with CDP data, you're talking about customer data. But a lot of the use cases that we satisfy are not just around customer data, but also taking data from anonymous users on the website and then converting them and turning them into customers or prospects. And if you look at the conversion rate on the average website is about 2%, 3%.
Right.
Which
Right.
means for every customer that you have in your data warehouse, there's about 59 or 49 people that are interacting with your brands
Yep.
and are not associated with you. So we're really helping a lot of our customers convert those 98% into customers.
Conversions, right?
Exactly.
I like it.
And then the other thing we're seeing is obviously there's a lot of move around AI. There's a lot of AI deployments. AI deployments need data. Guess what? That's not new.
Right?
So we're really good at sending rich, contextual, consented data in real time to AI systems.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of customers leveraging us for AI systems. And then in terms of customers, we have, a mix of mid-market and large enterprises. Yeah, and then we have 3 of the top 5 airlines as customers. So we have a really good mix of mid-market and large enterprises.
That's awesome, and those are a good number of enterprises that you all are working with. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of also curious, since we're here at AWS reInvent, the talk of the town is Agentic AI. That's
Yeah.
like the headliner that we've been kind of, obviously seeing. But what do you think about where are enterprises, in which stage they are when it comes to Agentic AI? And what do you think would be the disruptors going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're talking about agentic AI, I kind of like look at it in 2 ways. One is you have the traditional way of people interacting with agents, which is human to agents.
Right?
Right? And when you're dealing with human to agents, you're really using the AI tool as a conversational tool. And then you have the new agent to agents
A2A,
application. And that is where the AI is becoming more and more of an operational engine.
Right.
So we're seeing a good mix of both of them. But guess what? Now you're going to have a situation where people are used to traditional applications like websites and mobile apps. And now you're going to agent, which is going to
Right.
be a completely different. So in addition to your human interface that you have, you're going to have a machine readable interface associated with your brand.
Yep.
And you're going to make sure that all of those interfaces, whether it's machine readable or human readable, essentially, is going to be talking the same language. So you're going to need the same data layer and data infrastructure underneath it.
Yeah.
So that you can provide a unique the same experience across both of them.
Yeah, I love it. And everyone's, like you mentioned about, agents, talking to agents, and everyone's talking about agents. But sometimes when I talk to, enterprises, they're still stuck, in the pilot stage, and there's obviously a huge road to going to production as well. Why do you think that's happening?
I look. I think what MIT did a study about 4 or 5 months ago. I don't know if you read the article, but they
The
said
95% of
Exactly.
the AI projects are still in pilot.
exactly. So their study was 95% of AI projects are failing.
Failing.
Now there's a little bit of clickbait in that study, right? Number one, it's talking about AI projects, not companies failing at AI.
Not the
Right.
enterprises.
Exactly. So we have one customer, one financial institution customer of ours, who's undertaking 120 different AI projects as we speak.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
So when you're
120.
talking about AI projects failing, yeah, if you're tackling 120 AI projects at the same time, of course some of them, or even a lot of them, are going to fail. But as an enterprise,
true.
they're doubling down on AI.
AI.
Right? So That is number one. There's a little bit of a clickbait in that one. But if you now look at the root causes of why AI projects fail, right? It's probably top three reasons are number one, undefined use case or business purpose. Number two, lack of good data, right? And if you
True.
don't have the right data, the AI project's gonna fail.
Lack of good data. True.
And then number three is really organizations or legal organizations putting a stop on AI projects because they don't want to take the privacy risk or the privacy implications.
Exactly.
We're going to help companies with 2 out of the 3, right? We're going to provide them with better data because we have access to real-time, rich contextual data.
Yes.
That's kind of our bread and butter.
Exactly.
And then on the consent side, when somebody consents to being tracked or not being tracked or maybe being marketed to or
Yep.
however they want to be marketed, we're going to keep track of it, all of that, and that becomes part of the data layer tied to the user. And we're going to make
Yeah.
sure that that consent signal is carried throughout the entire data supply chain.
Yeah, I love it. I love those examples, and I love how you kind of also mentioned about the MIT report. Why there was a little bit of clickbait there, and how enterprises are going after so many different projects that they've been doing, and this is like financial institution that you're talking about, and regulated industries like those have been going out and making sure that they want to get into different projects and are actually doubling down on AI, so which is fantastic. Since we are here at AWS, I'm kind of also curious to learn a little bit about the partnership that you all have with AWS. Tell us a little bit about the integrations that you all have, and also how customers are making the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do a lot with AWS. Our platform
Right.
is actually built on AWS, but this week we're actually announcing two new additional integrations with
Okay,
AWS.
nice.
Number one is integration with AWS Bedrock, where we can send all of our rich contextual data to Bedrock in real time.
Right.
And once you're in Bedrock, you have access to all the different models and all the different agents that you want to take advantage of.
Yeah.
But the idea is that we send the data to Bedrock. The customer decides which model to use,
Yep.
how they want to use it, and then whatever outcome there is, that outcome is sent back to us. So there's this bi-directional integration, and then we can take action based on the outcome. So one use case that we're doing with a big banking customer of ours is we're sending the clickstream data associated with the user to the customer's Bedrock instance.
Nice.
They're using SageMaker, and then with SageMaker, they build a fraud score on the
Yep.
consumer. And then based on the fraud score, we provide different experiences to the user. So
Yeah.
that's one example of integration
Nice.
that we're adding to our portfolio.
Very
The other
cool.
one is around Amazon Connect.
Connect.
We're
Right.
again building a bi-directional integration with Amazon Connect, where we're taking the behavioral data associated with the user.
Yep.
Somebody goes on the website, doesn't necessarily find what they want, or maybe the booking engine is not working.
Yep.
They decide to call. We take that clickstream behavior
Yep.
back to the user agent. The user agent goes ahead, finalizes the transaction. We get the outcome. Now we know the transaction happens. And we can basically go ahead and suppress that person from retargeting or any of those stuff. And
Yeah.
that's actually the demo that you're seeing here.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I love it. These are fantastic insights, Ali, and great integrations with AWS. So congratulations on that. I'm also thinking a little bit about the future. Looking ahead, how do you see the space evolving? What advice do you have for those enterprise leaders who are wanting to get, obviously wanting to use Tealium and also get faster in terms of implementation of AI as well? And obviously focus on data quality and the other aspects that you mentioned you need to have when you're kind of thinking about AI.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, I'm going to say in next 6 to 12 months. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest advice I can give enterprises is take a crawl, walk, run approach.
Right.
Rather than trying to boil the ocean from day one, just take baby steps.
Baby steps, right?
Yeah, get an early win. That's going to create some wind behind your back, and then it's going to carry through.
Yeah.
But in terms of what we're working on, we're going to be doing a lot more integration with AI and LLMs.
Nice.
Right? We talked about Bedrock.
Bedrock,
We're doing
right.
the same thing with Google Vertex. We're doing the same thing with OpenAI. So really think of us as a vendor-neutral data layer.
Nice.
And we want to make sure that our data is available in just about every system.
Right.
Before the emergence of AI or LLMs, the integrations were about MarTech vendors, and we have
MarTech
about
vendors.
1,300 of them.
Yes.
But now with LLMs, we're integrating all these different models into the system because we want to make sure that whatever data that we have access to, every other vendor has access to as well.
I love it. I love, and that's a fantastic advice for those enterprises who are wanting to also go out and implement AI into their systems. And obviously, great work that Tealium is doing in this space. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
One last question, I promise, is about if people want to follow you, follow Tealium, which is the best place to do that? LinkedIn. I know there's Tealium website that they can go and obviously always do trials and try the
Yeah,
product.
absolutely. If you want to follow Tealium, tealium.com. That's the
Nice.
best way. If you want to reach out to me directly, I can be found at LinkedIn.
Nice.
My handle is Behnam, Abehnam.
That's awesome. Ali, such a pleasure chatting with you today, and you shared some amazing insights. We'll keep the conversation going, but all the best for all the work that you and AWS team are doing together.
Thank you so much, Ravit. Congrats on your success.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.